Welcome back to the Salvation Stories. In this episode, we go back to one of the earliest moments in the Bible where God chose to start over with mankind. It was a story of sadness, but also one of hope, obedience, and new beginnings. After Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden, the world began to grow. More people, more cities, and more stories. But with time, people's heart turned away from God. Violence, lies, pride, and wickedness filled the earth. Genesis 6:5 says, "The Lord saw how great wickedness of human race had become on earth. Every inclination of the thought of human heart was only evil all the time." This broke God's heart. He had created humans out of love, but he saw that the world was full of evil. But there was one man, Noah. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Noah was not perfect, but he loved God, obeyed him, and walked faithfully. God decided to save Noah and his family and cleanse the world with water. God told Noah to build a large boat, what we now call an ark. Imagine that no rain had come, no one had ever seen a flood, and yet Noah obeyed. There's a beautiful song that reminds me of Noah's faith. It is written by Carlton Dixon and it's called The Boat. One line in the song says, "I will build a boat in the sand where they say it never rains. I will stand up in faith, I'll do anything it takes." That line always touches my heart because Noah did exactly the same thing. Even when people mocked him, even when it made no sense, he chose faith over fear. God gave Noah clear instructions. Bring his wife, his sons, and their wives. Take a pair of every kind of animal, male and female. Bring enough food for everyone in the ark. Genesis 6:19-20 says, "You are to bring into the ark two of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you." This was not just rescue, it was a restart. God wanted to preserve life. And then it happened. The skies opened, the rain poured, water covered even the tallest mountains. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights straight, and the flood lasted for 150 days. Genesis 7:23 says, "Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The world as they knew it was washed away. But in the middle of the storm, God kept Noah and his family safe. The ark floated, the water rose for so many days. All they had was each other and God. But soon something new would begin. In the next episode, we'll talk about what happens after the flood. When the water finally goes down, a dove brings back a sign of hope. Thank you for listening to Salvation Stories. If this story touched your heart, I invite you to reflect. Would you build a boat if God asked you to, right in the middle of the dry land? Not the boat Noah built, but the one we have to build in our life. See you next time. Until then, stir the thought and remember, faith may look strange at first, but it is always worth it.